you getting a chance to talk to voters at all? And if you are, what kind of issues are you sharing with them, or are you hearing from them?
Yeah, so no, that's a good question. So not as much interface with voters as would be during a conventional election or typical year, and this year's anything but typical in many ways. So I haven't had a real face-to-face, much face-to-face interaction with people. Although it's interesting, actually, because it ties into other topics, but with the ballots that just came out, at least here in East Hampton, we just received our mail-in ballots night before last. So that evening, I received, actually someone contacted me on LinkedIn and said, "Hi, Brian, just reaching out to see, are you the Brian Gay who is on the ballot that I just received?" And like for registrar of voters. So I messaged him back and said, "Oh, hi, thank you for reaching out. And yes, that's me. I'm running for registrar of voters. So please feel free to, let me know if there are any questions I can answer, or if you have any about either my campaign or about voting in general, and I'll be happy to get back to you." I haven't heard back from him since then, but he did reach out. So that was a surprise to me because I didn't expect people to do that. I'm pretty active on social media. So I have my Facebook page that I try and keep updated with, campaign information. Like when I announced the campaign, I put, the announcement on there. I have my video from a couple of years ago when I ran, and then just for other candidates. So like other green campaigns in the area or around the country, I try and share that information on there. So I sometimes expect, and people do engage with me on there sometimes. And my email address is on there, so I thought maybe I'd get emails, but no, it was on LinkedIn, and I know it was because of the ballots coming out. So I think that's something that's interesting, is that I think with the ballots being mailed out this year, people have a little more time to kind of research the candidates and maybe explore people who they don't know, or recognize the name of. Whereas ordinarily you go in the ballot box and you're kind of rushing to get it done and get it in. I think people like this gentleman have some more time to research, what they're voting on this time. I think that's helpful because I think it's better to have a thoughtful, decision when voting, rather than having to rush and kind of just check something off to check it off.
Now, I do have the ballot here, and I can share the screen.
Yeah, that sounds good. That'd be great. Okay, yep. Right, so Green Party this year is line F. So to vote for me, it would be in East Hampton, column 5, which is Register of Voters, and then row F. So you can see there's the Democratic candidate at the top, and then the Republican, and then the 3 other minor parties aren't running anyone for registrar, and they didn't cross endorse. And then there's the Green Party candidate, which is me. So you'd want to fill that out. And then just in case you don't know, you can vote for me and then vote for other parties for the other choices. You don't have to, if you're used to going straight across Democrat or straight across Republican, it's one ballot. So it's not like a primary where you have to vote just for that party. You don't have to be a Green. You don't have to vote Green on the other lines. I'd encourage you to. I think it's great to vote. I think you should vote for Cass and Howie Hawkins and Angela Walker. I think they're all great choices. But if you choose not to, you don't have to. And you can just vote for me if you support having a Green at the local level for registrar.